Hey guys, welcome back. So now you finally get to meet the mysterious notebook that I keep mentioning. I thought I would show you kind of the way that the soda can, morph has kind of morphed, into. So essentially, if you've seen any of the previous videos, which hopefully I've posted, um, haven't posted yet, but hopefully by the time you see this one, you'll see. I started off with just the bottom of the can. I folded everything down, put the Rockwell cube inside, and it worked out pretty well. That was the first rendition. The second version of it was essentially this, but without the side flaps here. The side flaps kind of fold down. Instead of cutting a can like this, instead of cutting it down and ending up with a big piece of scrap metal, which is fine because I think I can use this as labels for my plants, which I haven't been labeling, but hopefully in the future I will be labeling on those. Maybe not, I don't know. Long story short, so I was cutting these instead of folding them down, but I decided if I cut the lines this way and then I just cut it in half that way, which you see here in my diagram, this was the original. Just cut a big rectangle hole in the can, and that was what I was using. But the sun, you can see the sun gets in this way, it pretty much gets in all areas, and my goal is to reduce as much sun as I can from getting onto the hydro solution, which would then cause algae and other bacteria to grow and steal nutrients from the plant. So I went from this here over to this. So this is, you can see, this is why I don't really have the notes posted or anything. It's because it's all chicken scratch. So hopefully this is actually not even related to the topic, so sorry I got that in there. But this just happens to be where I was at. This is kind of my indicator that I'm starting a new thought or something. So I started, working on new can design. So that's, hopefully if you can read that, then you can read the rest. I don't believe you probably can, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go over. So that was the original design. This was the updated design. Only actually made 2 of these, I think. And then I got to kind of thinking, hey, this is kind of just me trying to show that, this is, you have the cuts here, and then you kind of fold them down, which didn't really design real well. So then I started thinking, oh, well, maybe I can make cuts where the solid lines are. So it's the big can overall, and then cut where the solid lines are, and then fold where the dotted lines are. And that was the design I thought up of. And I'll turn the paper here because I drew a much bigger picture. Hopefully this will be helpful. Just on the notebook, wrote continuing because it continued from the last page. But so here essentially I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 cuts essentially, going with this here, going this way, this way, this way, and this way. That's the order I do the cuts. Then I cut the middle here, then I go back and do the cuts this way. And then what you end up with is 4 flaps essentially. This flap is independent, this flap is independent, that one and that one. All independent, which I ended up making a kind of a little prototype here. This can is actually messed up, so I didn't realize pushing the tab down, I stuck my finger in there and pushed it in after the fact, and it turned out that I pushed it the wrong way, and it's really loose, so it's probably going to break off when I try to bend it back the other way. So this can may or may not be able to be used. Maybe I can just cut another piece of aluminum and stick it in there or something. But long story short, I think I've accomplished what I was looking to do. Unfortunately, I folded that flap a little too far in. But I think that would be something I could, just get a pair of tweezers here you know, and go behind it here and fix it, or grab it from the bottom and pull it. So there are ways for me to have that. The other thing is maybe I could face it south, so that wasn't a problem. Of course, with the big hole, it's a problem. But you kind of see what I did here. The 2 Rockwool cubes sit in there. The flaps just fold right around the Rockwool cube, holding it in place there. And you know, just on the ends, I have a little bit of a gap there, but I don't think that's, you know, that compared to what it was originally, it's not really a big problem. So this was the biggest hole I had. That was because I stuck my finger in there and pushed that tab down, which that was my own fault for messing that part up. But I mean, overall, there are still little holes that the sun can get into here, and you know, there and there, and I'm sure each end will have one. And then if I don't get this fixed, that would have one. But comparing this to this, where the sun just comes in and just kind of angles in and gets you know, reflects off the side of the can and gets to the nutrients, you know, compared to this, I really do like this design. Like I said, I hold the can up like this. I've told this on previous videos, but I cut this cut here first, this one second, this one third, this one fourth, and then these, you know, there's still one piece here, so I cut down the middle here, and then I cut a line this way and this way to connect them all. I would show me doing it, but I do not have the skills to do it on camera, I don't believe. So there's huge safety issues with all the sharp edges, so please be extremely careful with when you're working with this. If you try to do it, I'm not suggesting anybody tries to do this. This is just something that I've come up with that I just wanted to share with you guys, kind of the evolution of what I've done so far, how the soda can has kind of evolved a little bit. So any soda can will work, any beer can will work, you know, pretty much any aluminum can will work. Wear gloves when you're doing it, because all the edges are super sharp, you know, and I was able to create this one here just by using just a regular old you know, razor blade. You know, that has the cover here to help, you know, help you handle it and stuff. So it is extremely tricky. It took me a little while to do this. You know, it takes time. You have to be very careful. But this is, I think, the best design so far, because it lets in the least amount of sun. And then in addition, it doesn't take this pair of tools. So if you happen to not have that, and all you have is a razor blade, you could create something like this. But remember, if you're, you know, you got to be extremely careful when you're doing everything. Use, you know, gloves and everything else. And if you're a child, please, you know, have your parent help you or do this for you. That would be ideal if they're doing it for you. But if you're at the age when you can start to learn to do this kind of thing, get your parents and have them supervise you and help you see where you might end up getting cut or hurt. Because I would feel absolutely horrible if somebody got cut or hurt when doing this. Luckily, I've been very careful trying to use some gloves now, so that I don't end up getting cut and that sort of thing. So just be extremely careful when you're doing anything with these sharp metals, because the edges here, they're really sharp. As you can tell, there's usually little burrs sticking off, so you can most definitely cut yourself very easily. So be extremely careful when playing with those and trying to create things with the cans. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I guess it's a 10-minute video, so now so it's not really, but essentially this is my notebook here. I got tons of little pages here that I've done. I think it's a 70-page notebook, and so far I've used that about that much. So it's nice to be able to do some old-fashioned handwriting. As you can tell, my handwriting is not the best to begin with, not through lack of trying to improve or anything. It's just, it is what it is. I've tried my whole life to improve my handwriting, and I haven't been able to, so, you know, I just like to practice and keep my little fingers in shape. I do some typing to try to help with, you know, with finger muscle memory and all that stuff, so, I figured I would do some writing and try to do some muscle memory, build up with that as well. So these are the two little tomato seedlings that I did some previous videos on. So I pulled them out of the this container here. I pulled them out of that, and I just put them in the can immediately and put that outside. I'm not sure what's going to happen. They have hydroponic solution on them now, so they should be able to grow and flourish. The problem, of course, is the hardening. I didn't give them any hardening at all. These two, the tomato seeds, are actually still on the leaves. Hopefully that's not a problem. Hopefully they can naturally shed those and then, boom, be exposed to the light and have all the nutrients in the world that they could want, or all the sunlight in the world that they could want. I don't know. But so that's that. So I think this is what I'm going to try to use from now on, trying to cut back exposure. The only issue is it's kind of hard to see your hydroponic level, or you know, whatever you're using, water, whatever. But with this little corner here, if I tilt it right or stand straight above it, I would probably be able to see it. If anybody has any ideas on how to flatten this side of the can, maybe so that it doesn't roll, that would be something that would be extremely helpful, since I haven't figured out a way to do it without actually damaging and breaking the can. I guess I could try again with maybe putting something really soft down, turning it over, and then trying to hammer maybe, or something. But I seem to keep messing up both sides of the can, and I need this side perfectly fine so that I can make my cuts and stuff. Oh yes, I did an inch cut this way. So each of these cuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 of those are inch long. And then I just went to the center and cut in between this part and this part. I just cut in the center here. So these are 1 inch long, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I cut down the center in between this cut and this cut, cutting the center there. And then so those were really the only measurements I really did. My inch started right around where the can starts to dip here, and down here I got as close to this dip as I could. I don't cut the dips because it's a lot harder to cut. But that is that. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.